let's start off with education before we put your other hat on. And let's talk a little bit about the need to educate women in this part of the world.
Well, we're pretty convinced that women's education is key to progress in the developing world. And we think that we've developed a university. It's called the Asian University for Women, a liberal arts college sited in Chittagong, Bangladesh. We think we have a very powerful model for delivering that education. Focus on critical thinking, problem solving, none of this rote memorization. We have a rigorous curriculum. Lots of diversity. We have women from 15 different countries that attend this university.
Well, you've had about 370 graduates thus far, and it started, what, 2008, yes?
Yes. So we've had 3 graduating classes, total of 350, yes.
And from which countries? I mean, the whole gamut?
Yes, well, there are 15. I could run through them. We started in, obviously, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Vietnam, Cambodia, Bhutan, Nepal, Afghanistan, a few from Syria, China, 15 from all over the region.
Okay, how did you get involved?
Well, I managed the Rockefeller Foundation before I joined Harvard Management Company and traveled all over the world with them. And it became pretty obvious that the key in the developing world was women's education. So that started 20, 25 years ago. And at the Rockefeller Foundation, I met Kamal Ahmed, who's the founder and visionary behind AUW. So when he called me in 2000 and said, I'm going to do it, I knew exactly what he was talking about and signed up.
Okay, so the thing is, you have a campus which is well, you want to build a proper campus, don't you? That's the thing.
Yeah,
the government, the Bangladeshi government has given you the land, have they not?
Yes, we have the land. Right now we're operating in 6 leased buildings.
It's fairly rudimentary, isn't it, currently?
Well, it's not terrible. It's reasonably cheerful. But if we could have a small campus, it would greatly improve certainly the interactions between student and faculty, allowed us to do a broader curriculum, do more in the sciences, and being able to handle 1,200 rather than 500 students tremendously leverages this concept.
Now, the thing is here, you know, you want to build it out, don't you? That's the thing. So how much money are you trying to get hold of to do that?
Well, this is day one. We're launching a campaign to raise, we hope, about $100 million. 50 of that to build a small permanent campus, 50 for an endowment for stabilization, and 50 to cover the costs of ramping up from 500 to 1,200.
Okay, you've attracted already, I think, the Gates Foundation, IKEA even, and
yes,
a whole gamut of other people right now. So they're all on board now to invest more, in your view?
Well, we hope that they'll be on board. As I say, this is early days. This is day one, so we'll see, but we hope we can put this together.
Last question on this, very quickly. You know, this is male, a lot of these societies in this part of the world are male-dominated. How well does an all-women's college really prepare them for that?
Well, one of the things that we're very sensitive to, because we admit that that is the case, is during their stay at AUW, each of the women will have at least 1 internship, and many of them have 2 or 3 internships. So that gives them a taste of the real world.
Let's put your other hat on. I mean, you can't, Convexity Capital Management, you can't help but not notice what's been going on here, and I'm sure that you've been affected by the whipsaw market. So what's your take on this?
Well, we've had a spat of volatility in the equity markets, not much in the fixed income markets. And you're not going to get a market forecast out of me. I don't think anybody knows, and I think investors should invest as though they don't know. Just stay long-term, stay diversified, keep fees down, keep taxes down. Right, and this little spat of volatility will eventually cease. I mean, 10% corrections are not that unusual.